PM show. I'm Michael Horn. Ladies and gentlemen, the star of our show, Fred Dryer.
Thank you, Michael Horn. Welcome back, everybody. Great to be with you today. The American people are faced with a truism that is now, I think, starting to worm its way out of the woodwork. And when you get a load of this worm, you're not going to like it. And that is the 3,000-page idiotic health bill that has been written by lobbyists, ACLU lawyers, special interest groups, and all of the lunatic fringe of what consists of the District of Columbia cabal of criminality. And
wait a minute, cabal of criminality?
That's exactly correct. You heard me correct.
I like that.
And so, Mike, you want to write that down?
I'm writing it down right now. Cabal of criminality.
Of criminality, and what we're getting here, folks, is this: we have 3,000 pages of a bill that Kathleen Sebelius now is squatting over. She's in control over it, and in that bill, there are different things. There are random different things delineated that have nothing to do with your health. As a matter of fact, the entire thing does not have anything to do with your health. What it is, it's a 3,000-page tome. It's a manifest. It is an implication of what these people, decades of liberal and anti-American hatred, aim specifically at the destruction of this country's life's blood, which is the Constitution of the United States. The scale of this evil act dwarfs the events of 9/11 and certainly its subsequent tailings. America has been politically gang raped by the worst of the worst here, all in the guise of equality and tolerance. And what you have now is the duping of the citizens of this great land, the staggering effect of its scope. And as you know, I've said this many times, and I believe it, and it's more and more true. We have, and I consider this feckless reprobate that occupies the White House as a terrorist beyond the scale of Muhammad Atta. Muhammad Atta was the insane guy, the pilot, the quasi-hyphenated pilot of American Airlines Flight 11 that crashed into the north face of the Twin Towers on September 11, 2001. Atta's resolve is not unlike Barack Obama's resolve, and that is the bomb in American culture is a delivery system that is implicated in the health care bill, the 3,000 pages of this health care bill. And what it stipulates is all kinds of different things aimed at government control of your everyday life. Now the irony of what I'm talking about is Kathleen Sebelius is the most powerful woman in the world. She sits on this, and she's going to be the one that adjudicates it, because within the writing and the structure of this monster, you have things that say constantly, in parentheses, see the Director of Health Care Services. It makes a statement that the government shall do this, and then it says, see the head of the health services. And that is Kathleen Sebelius. It says that for 3,000 pages. It says it, and what's unbelievable about it is it's left up to her interpretation. So therefore, everything about the health care bill has to now be vetted and goes through her. It's not in black and white. It's written by ACLU attorneys and lawyers over the last 30 years. This has been a compilation. Did you ever stop to think for a minute how all of a sudden 3,000 pages showed up? And it was like a strong box out of a Wells Fargo, a buggy and buckboard. Someone just throws this thing down on the ground, the dust flies, and there it is. This thing's been squatted on and pushed and pulled by all of these crazy anti-American lobbyists and ACLU attorneys and special interest groups. The lunatic fringe, the criminal cabal, as I say. And here's the interesting thing about all of it. John Boehner, the head of the Republican Party from the House of Representatives, has done nothing to vet this, to show it to the American people, to talk about it, to gut it, to show his outrage, and follow it through day by day, week by week, month by month, and year by year now. This thing it has been a living, breathing document now for a long time, and nobody knows what's in it. You know, this Bella Lugosi Pelosi, this jackalope, this traitor to America, stands up in front of people and has the guts to say to people, well, we have to pass it in order to find out what's in it. Now, when she said that, you know, I wanted to be a terrorist at that very moment. I can't tell you, how disconcerting this is to the American people and what has been and what is happening and what is about to happen. If this president gets reelected, even if he doesn't get reelected, he has time between November and January 20th of 13 to do anything he wants, especially if he is voted out. But if he's voted in, you better look out, because your life's blood, your Constitution is finished. It is over with. We've got a situation where the Republican Party is supposed to be looking out for us. Where is John Boehner and the Republican Party leadership? Why have the citizens not been made aware of the detailed specifics of this hideous document? No one has seen it. The Republican Party is complicit in the duping of America. Left of center Republicans are in on this gang rape of America. Why hasn't there been an all-out vetting of this bill? You do know the Republican Party is finished, ladies and gentlemen. It's finished. They win this thing or they don't win it. They're finished because they lack leadership. The only possible way it could exist is if a Republican gets elected, if it's Santorum or if it's Romney or Newt or whoever the heck it is. If they get into office, they'll propel the moniker of Republican Party for at least another 4 years. But in all actuality, the party's finished because it lacks leadership. Why don't they inform us? Why don't they lead? You know, this is why Mitt Romney is being looked at with a fisheye by the American people. This is the reason that Mitt Romney has not gathered the momentum, the undercurrents. In this last election on Monday, or Tuesday, forgive me, of Alabama and Mississippi, just show you the suspicion that people have about who these people are. Had they stopped and talked to us about a year ago, 6 months ago, and started to say to us, let's take a look at the health care bill and take a look at your future. Let's take a look at what's going to happen to the American way of life if this bill gets passed and it gets pushed through. I can't even begin to tell you what lies ahead for the American people. We're all in this together. You know, forget your politics. Again, the reason I'm doing this show with my friend Mike Horn is because I believe in the following. I believe in common sense and reason over politics. A political affiliation at this point in time leads you nowhere. You had better wake up and demand that this bill be vetted. Don't go away. We'll be right back.